Hello and welcome to this week's episode. We are carrying on from last week in Zagreb, and we had the 6-hour journey on the train to Budapest. Hello and welcome to the Winging It Travel Podcast YouTube channel. Join me on my journey as I travel across the world, seeking out adventures, meeting new people and trying out new things. And we arrived quite late into the capital of Hungary, and we got a taxi to our hostel, which is called the Lavender Circus Hostel. And as you can see, it has chilled hippie vibes, giving me a sense of India in here. Lots of colour and photos on the walls and in our room, which was spectacularly comfortable. The location of the hostel is bang in the centre of Budapest. It is opposite the Museum of Hungarian History and Culture, so you can't miss it. And for the price, it is €84 for 3 nights. Great value in a central location. As mentioned in the last episode in Zagreb, I did have a persistent toothache which was annoying me, and I knew I had to get it sorted out at some point, and getting it sorted out was the first day in Budapest. So off I went to the dentist to get it checked out, and after an x-ray, it was decided to take out my wisdom tooth. All in all, for an x-ray, antibiotics, and the procedure, it cost $100 in total. The pain was gone, yippee. As was standard procedure, afterwards I had to chill out at the hostel for a bit as my mouth was completely numb, and Emma went out exploring. But she did come back after a while, and we decided, once my mouth was kind of in working order again, that we'd go out to get some breakfast. I was feeling sorry for myself, so I went to a place called The Pantry, which done an English breakfast for Western prices, that's for sure, but it was glorious. Baked beans, sausage, the whole lot. Would highly recommend if you need some Western food for breakfast. I wasn't 100%, but I did feel like checking out Budapest, so I went to walk along the Danube River to go and see the Parliament Building, which is one of the biggest in Europe. But before you get to the building, you see some of these children's shoes on the riverbank, and they are to commemorate the children who were murdered in the Second World War. And as we walked around the Parliament buildings, I did love the grand light-coloured buildings of the Parliament, and also the statues with the green lawns outside. It did feel like the classic European city with all its impressive buildings, very clean. Did enjoy walking around that area. And as we left that area, we decided to go and check out a few more streets before heading back, because it was flagging a little bit. And we went to a cafe near the Basilica called The Cause, which was a tiny little cafe situated just before you get to Basilica, and you can sit in and outside. Had a trendy little coffee there, sat outside and soaked up the atmosphere in Budapest. We were smashing in the steps today, so we decided to go and get some food near our hostel. And it's a vegan place called Vega City, and you get 3 dishes and a side order after 6 p.m. for only €10. I think before 6 p.m. it's normal price, but obviously towards the end of the day they want to get rid of their food, so I would recommend going out after 6 and filling your boots up until they close at 7. After a frantic day of a tooth extraction, an English breakfast, and some sightseeing in Budapest, I was knackered. So we went back to chill out at the hostel. I love the vibe in there. It's very casual, nice music, and you can sit in the lounge and just chill out and read a book. And we're ready for a night's rest before exploring the next day. After 10 hours sleep, I still had the excuse of feeling sorry for myself after my little tooth extraction. I decided that we should go to a trendy cafe called Double Shot. And this cafe has brilliant breakfast and brunch choices and great coffee. Not too expensive, but you get your classic scrambled egg and mushrooms, bread and a salad. A great way to start the day. We set off on our walk across the Liberty Bridge towards the castle. We arrived at another funicular. This seems to be a running theme in Europe, and made our way to the top. They were decided to walk along the grounds, which had great lookout points over Budapest. And the best one we found was the Fisherman's Bastion. This is all free as well, and the church is called Matthias Church. You can set up there, get some photos and enjoy fantastic sights. It will be quite busy during the day and the weekend as well, but you just need to nestle for your spot and get that classic travel photo. After an hour of checking out all the churches, the classic European buildings, the cobbled streets and all the views possible, we decided to make our way back down via the funicular. I do love them, to be fair. And we were in need of a coffee and a snack, so we made our way to Buda Cafe. Let's hear more. Here at Buda Cafe in Budapest. Looks very trendy. This coffee looks very trendy. Great little cup. Looks a light coffee. Let's give it a taste. Oh, wow. Oh, that is like one of the lightest coffees I've had in a long while. And a little bit fruity, I think. It's got fruit flavour in that. That is super light, super tasteful. And with this little cheeky brownie here. Cheers. After a pit stop at the hostel, we did fancy going to see the Szimpla Kert. Now, if you're into your dancing, nightclubbing, drinking as well, this is a huge warehouse with loads of different bars situated on many floors throughout the building. You can get lost in there actually. There's lots of space, so get your drink, sit down. But there's one problem for me. I couldn't drink because I was on antibiotics, as you can see from my expression here. After the goad of not being able to drink and fancying a bit of a dance, we thought it's best to get out of there before it gets out of control. And we went across the road to Las Vegans, which is another vegan restaurant, a bit of a theme here, and they do huge portions of burger and chips. If you're starving, this is a great place to go and check out for some food. So that concludes today's sightseeing. And in the morning, we have to check out a lavender hostel and make our way to Vienna. But before getting the train, we went to another trendy cafe called Budapest Baristas. They do brilliant coffee and brunch. Again, the standard Eggs Benedict with mushrooms and toast. It will be busy, but you can sit upstairs. But if you're tall or even around 6 foot, you're going to have to bend down and make sure you don't bump your head, as you can see from this photo. But a great cafe to get some caffeine and some great food before heading off to Vienna. Our last interaction in Budapest was from our taxi driver, who was very interested about how we were travelling, where we were going and what we thought of Budapest. Now, Budapest for me was a great place to check out. It does get a bit of a bad reputation in UK as a party place, but I think that's a bit unfair. Lots of sights to go and see, very walkable, lots of cafes, reasonable prices, and the hostel was great that we stayed in. I felt it was very comfortable, got my tooth extracted there, which is great. I must say, one of my favourite cities in Europe to date that I've visited. I would love to go back. There's plenty more to go and see and do, and the place is huge. So if you're in Hungary, Budapest is a must. You'll probably land there or arrive there from somewhere else. Do spend 2 or 3 days exploring, you won't regret it. And next, we're off to Vienna for the last leg of our European journey. Cheers. Please follow and subscribe on my YouTube channel today, and please rate and review the podcast on any podcast platform that you use. Thank you.